Welcome back to the Premier League show. Our fans here in the studio, busy chatting away in the break. Lots to get through, with many of them still to hear from them before 7 o'clock. Great to have you all with us here on the Premier League show this evening. But let's focus on Manchester City now, shall we? Who return after the international break, 4 points behind the leaders Arsenal, and with a home game against Newcastle. That is the Saturday night football on Sky this coming weekend. Jimmy, let me start with you before we come to our fan in the studio. A City back after the 3-0 win over Liverpool before the break?
I don't think that they were ever gone.
After last season?
Well, last season, yes. But this season, they were always going to be in that race. It wasn't great against Villa when they lost. But I do think that they are the team to beat. I think they have got the experience. We know that they can go 15 games unbeaten. You know, they have done that before.
So they're the team to beat, not Arsenal?
They are the team to beat. If Arsenal beat them, they are champions. For me.
OK, let's see what our City fan Aston thinks then. Do you think they're back to the best?
I do, yeah. I think we're coming to the season sort of in a different circumstance to Liverpool and Arsenal. Arsenal, you would say, were maybe a striker away from being Premier League title winners. Liverpool coming already title winners and then went and spent big on Isak and Wirtz, and they brought in two players that you think, oh, we're nowhere near that. City lost their best player probably of all time in De Bruyne. We lost Gundogan, we lost some big players from the side. We've sort of changed our game a little bit. We've played more to Erling Haaland's strengths in the transition, more. The signs we made, Cherki, Reinders, are not really the sort of usual Pep Guardiola players. And I do think City are back, and I think it suits City to be second compared to Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal like it there, maybe. That's only from what the past has proven, that usually they tend to fall off. I think everyone's sort of thinking that's going to happen again. I wasn't confident going into the season. I wasn't thinking, City are going to be up there. I did think it was going to be Liverpool and Arsenal. But after the last few games, I've certainly changed. I think City are going to be right there. And City and Liverpool over the last few seasons, or before that, have set a really high standard now that you need to get 90-plus points to win it. And I think that pressure seems to get to Arsenal. And I think it just might do again.
Can I quickly bring in Luke? The pressure's going to get to Arsenal and Man City, the team to beat, not the league leaders.
You have to go back to when we played Manchester City, and if City were the team to beat, I don't think Pep Guardiola would have done his tactics that he did on that day after Haaland made it 1-0 after 10 minutes. Pardon?
Nearly won.
Well, I didn't think we played very well, but, Pep went to a back five and sort of gave us all the ball, and we luckily got, an equaliser from Martinelli in the last minute. If you think that's the team to beat, I wouldn't say that team gives you more respect. You saw the possession that he didn't go. I think you go back to 2023 with Pep Guardiola, the second time in his career, he gave us Arsenal 64.6% possession. So. Yeah. Listen, I just think it's quite interesting, the narrative of City are back when they have lost to Villa. They lost to Brighton and lost to Spurs back to back.
Yes, but they're still
we've lost
only
one game this season.
Yes, but they're only 4 points behind you.
For sure, and we've won 8 of our 11 games.
That's what I'm talking about. They have done it before. You haven't.
Yeah, but I get that.
Arsenal haven't.
Yeah, but that's I appreciate.
That is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
if they beat Man City, if you beat Man City, you're champion. That's what I'm saying. So they are the team to beat.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but you have to look at when City and Liverpool have had title races in Pep and Klopp. Pep's record at Anfield isn't great. Klopp's record, as I said, it wasn't great.
But you don't win the championship just only by winning against Liverpool.
But you have to win all the games. And
no, you don't have to win all the games.
You kind of do. You have to win as many games.
You have to win more than Man City.
Yeah, but look at Arsenal's record against the Big Six. Before this, before the defeat against Liverpool.
So what's your problem?
No, but we had a really good record against the Big Six and we didn't win. Do you have to win against the teams around you? We've only lost one game this season. So we're the team to beat right now, is my point.
Is just started.
Yeah, but you're looking at City from previous seasons.
Yeah.
And right now, this is a different Arsenal. And I also think this is a different City in transition.
Is it a different Arsenal?
Yes, it is. Of course it's a different Arsenal.
Because you went to Sunderland and got a point.
But, OK, at the start of the season, we had probably the toughest fixture list. So that's what the narrative is. So
it is the narrative, isn't it?
We've won 8 of our first 11 games. But the fact that we've drawn one game, and you just touched on Sunderland beating Chelsea, who apparently are 6 points behind, should be in the title race, you're now going to use that same argument against me and say that we are not in the title race and we're not the team to beat.
No, you are in the title race. No.
You've just contradicted your point.
No, I'm not. I'm not. You are in the title race. But I think they can go 15 games winning streak. You have not proven that
Well,
yet.
23-24, we went 16 games. We lost 1 and drew 1 against City, and we
Yeah,
lost to
but
Villa.
you
And unfortunately, we lost it by 2 points. But that is the demonstration of Arsenal can go on a winning run, and it's not going to be easy. But that is the proof that Arsenal can go on a sustained period. Even in 22-23, we went from September when we lost to Manchester United. We didn't lose a game. But you're saying that we can't go on runs. We can go on runs.
I'm saying they have done it before. They are the team to beat.
Yeah.
If you do better than them, you're champions.
And we are doing better than them right now because we're 4 points
Right
at the top of the league.
but
Yeah.
you have got another 20-odd games to go.
100%.
You know, so
I'm not going to let you sit here and say...
And that is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Arsenal can't do it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I don't like Arsenal. I do like Arsenal. I'm not saying all those. I'm just saying they are the team to beat for you because they have proven that before, year in, year out, that they can do it.
Of course.
And at this moment of time, what they have done against, Liverpool, for me is massive. After they had a bad game against Villa. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that for me are the key points. You have to still prove it. Arsenal still have to prove it. Can they do it? Have they got the quality? Yes, they have. But they still have to go out there and do it. They've done it before.
Out of interest, taking out Luke and taking out Aston, show of hands from the rest of our fans. Who's favourites for the Premier League in your mind? Is it, hands up if you think it's Arsenal. Are Arsenal the favourites?
No.
Manchester City?
Yeah, I think they are.
Wow.
But
You
then-
all think Man City 4 points behind are favourites. Yeah, Aston's going to be, yeah.
They've proved at Christmas time that they can when they've fallen
It's that experience.
And that's what I'm
They've
saying, that
under
experience.
so many games, they've got the depth and they can go on runs and excel. It's what Pep does. Yes, they had a bad season last season, but I genuinely think they are back to form and it's scary. And I think they're going to challenge Arsenal. I'm sorry, but you're going to choke.
And speaking of scary, just quickly, Erling Haaland, 32 goals for club and country, and we're mid-November. At this rate, he could get to 3 figures, Aston.
Yeah,
100 goals in a season?
It's possible. I think that Messi got 90-odd goals, did he, maybe? So that is the record. I mean, the rate he's going, he could get that. I think that's the big difference between City and Arsenal, that Erling Haaland is the difference. How is anyone going to stop him? Yeah, he could get injured, and that is the big question. And it is questions over how sustainable it is for City if Haaland scores all the goals. Who's going to chip him in the goals? It looks like Doku's stepping up now. I know he scored another 2 goals for Belgium as well, so he's looking like he can bring the goals. But I don't think Arsenal are really the side that's scoring loads of goals either. Jokic hasn't proven to be the sort of the person to compete with Haaland really scoring the goals, has he? And I know that their sort of majority of goals coming from set pieces.
I think that is a little bit different, the two teams.
We're going to have to leave it there. We've got to get to a break. Thank you. I saw Ancelotti raving about him, scored at the Emirates for Brazil the other day. Would you like to see him given a bigger role by Maresca?
I think he wants a bigger role. I think he can have a bigger role. I think Maresca is protecting him. He's just come from Brazil. There is a lot. We don't want to overload him. We don't want to give him too much too quick. He looks like he can handle it. Yeah, he looks like he wants it. He's so confident. Everybody loves him, at Chelsea. If you look at him, you would never think that he's 18 and just coming from Brazil. But he gives us something fresh, something different, something confident, a little. And I don't like to compare players, but a little Hazard, who just wanted to play, who just had that confidence. Give me the ball, I'll show you, But I think Maresca is protecting him, doesn't want to get him injured, and want to like bring him slowly in the year, and then next year, give him a lot more.
So if we were sat here at the end of May then, Nina, and Chelsea haven't won the league, what would you say is a good season? What does that look like to you?
I think being convincing, definitely, of course, getting Champions League football, securing top 4, but I don't want it to be another slow race of trying to just hang in there for top 4. I want us to push the likes of your Cities, Arsenal, Liverpool, Liverpool just below now, but, I'm sure they're going to pick up at some point, and that means beating all these teams at least once in the Premier League this season. It's something we haven't done. You look at the fixture coming up with Arsenal, that's been heavily Arsenal or draws in the last few years, and Liverpool we beat last season, but again, some will argue that was perhaps a Liverpool side that had already already gotten to the end and had maybe sort of lost a little bit of momentum. Manchester City, another game that we're not always favourites. So in order to be in the mix and push those teams, you have to certainly beat at least them once. And I think that we will certainly do a good job, hopefully, at that. But I think the exciting thing is that we still have to see the Chelsea side coming together with the best strong team, because I think Maresca makes changes, as Jimmy alluded to there. He has to. But we need to see this team stay and have a little bit of stability, because we're moving away from what we saw in the Conference League last year, playing a so-called A team and a B team. When you play a strong game at the weekend, you have to go and put out your strongest 11 in the Champions League midweek. It just has to be like that. And I think we need a little bit of time to get into that and hopefully find what is our best team.
And Charlie, it's not that long ago that the jury was out still for some Chelsea fans regarding Maresca. Is that now a thing of the past? Is everyone Team Maresca now?
No, there's always, sections in every club's fan base where they've made their mind up on a manager and they don't like him. But look, I think he's doing a brilliant job. Last season he come in, one season at Leicester, he picks up 2 trophies, gets us back in the Champions League. And then this season, he's managing a big squad, he's managing, multiple competitions. And, we've made a pretty good start to the season. I don't think he's done much wrong this season, other than the way he managed against United and Brighton when we went down to 10 men. He got that totally wrong. But other than that, I think he's doing a really good job. And, with the tools that he's got at his disposal, I know we spent a lot of money, but, he wasn't backed in key areas in the summer, which would have made a big difference and could have allowed us to be contenders this season. So I think he's doing a really good job. And, people that are giving him a hard time, I think, maybe their expectations at this point in time are maybe too high for Chelsea right now, because he's done a really good job, in fairness. I mean, people forget that this is a guy that is also, it's a young squad, a lot of inexperienced players. He's also just in his start of his third season as a senior level manager as well. So when you put all those ingredients together, I think he deserves a lot more credit than he's getting.
I think it's entertaining that Chelsea feel like they are here to babysit players and managers while they have time to get ready for things. I think Estevao is the problem. You've got some, not Estevao, Maresca's the problem. You've got plenty of really good players there, and he has no B plan if something can't get through. You can't play through the middle, and if you're missing Palmer, there is no B plan. His plan is simply substitute a winger for a winger, and another winger for another winger, and move the winger to the other wing, and substitute another winger. There isn't any, there's no dynamism.
Would you say that also? Would you also say that if you hadn't won at Stamford Bridge?
Well, very good. The thing is, Jimmy, we did.
yeah, but that's why I'm asking the question.
Okay, so is he a limited manager?
It was 1-1, and we were really, really comfortable for the last 20 minutes. You must have watched that game and you must have thought, this isn't any good.
Terrible.
How is Sunderland comfortable for the last 20 minutes at Stamford Bridge? We scored a winner at the end, but even before that, it was 1-1 and we were comfortable, and there was no idea how to break it down.
You were playing really, really well, and you were comfortable. So if you're going to analyze it like that, then also basically you're saying that Arsenal was like that because you were comfortable in the last 20 minutes against Arsenal as well.
Well, they sat back a bit. You didn't. But I'm thinking if Sunderland can be comfortable at Stamford Bridge for the last 20 minutes, then so can plenty of other teams. And I think he's a busted flush.
Brighton did it.
I think I don't agree with that. I really don't agree with that.
You can babysit him for another 2 years.
No. It's not babysitting at all. I'll be the first to say you're right, or if I agree with it. But in that one, I don't agree. I think he's done brilliant. Yeah, and people in football, people forget really quickly. He took over last year, and you know what kind of trouble we were in when he took over. He stabilized it. Yeah, and in that year, he won 2 trophies. Yeah. Now, some might say, Club World Cup is not. He won it, and he had a brilliant final against PSG. PSG that nobody could beat. Yeah. Not Liverpool, not Arsenal. Yeah, nobody could beat them. Yeah, and we totally annihilated them. Anyway, let's get that parked. This season was always going to be difficult because of the start for Chelsea. Always, And you've done a great job. That has to be said. You've done a great job playing against Chelsea, and they didn't turn up. Well done. That's at your credit. But I don't think, because of that game, that now all of a sudden we are babysitting Maresca. He's doing a brilliant job. He's third in the league. Yeah, 6 points behind Arsenal. Nothing is written in stone yet. You never know.
They go to Burnley at lunchtime on Saturday.